So with that, let's move on to my next thoughts on Mia. Girl, you in danger, but it's a danger of your own making. You're about to be the inspiration of a lifetime movie. And what I'm about to say, I say not that I want this to happen, but I think it's a cautionary tale. And I think she should be careful about the way she's moving right now. So, as we know, Mia and Gordon got together when Mia was a dancer, a stripper. At that point, Gordon had a lot of money. Either he did or allegedly he did. Let's just say he did because it seems like, he had the businesses with his family. He had the cars, he had the life, he had the money. And he was like, girl, I'll change your life. Come get with me. You can sleep with other men if you want. I'm older. I have some prostate issues. So if you want to sleep with younger men, that's fine. Just let me know. Don't let the kids be involved, but I'm going to give you this life. I'm going to get you the cars. I'm going to get you the houses. I'm going to get you the bags, blah, 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 blah. She's living this lavish lifestyle. Then all of a sudden, the money dries up. He gets kicked out of the businesses of his family's business, right? There's lawsuits. There's this. There's no more money. The big house is gone. The cars are gone. All of that is gone. Then Mia's like, well, I'm out of here. You knew what this was. You were paying to keep me. There's no more money. I'm out. She then goes and gets with a guy she used to be with, on and off for decades, this guy, Ink. Now, all of a sudden, Ink is like, oh, your son, Gordon, I want a paternity test because that could be my son because Mia and I were smashing during the time that he was conceived, meaning she was cheating on Gordon with Ink because Gordon has come out and said, I don't know why she felt the need to sneak around when I said it's okay if you need to get, your rocks off with somebody else, just let me know. And apparently she's still wanting to sneak around with him with Ink. Now they're coming out with that whole situation. Now she's living with Ink, or Ink lives with her part-time all the time, whatever the case may be. The kids are coming to Gordon being like, I saw mommy and Ink in bed together prior to them properly separating. Ink lives in the same apartment, or Ink and now Gordon live in the same apartment complex. On top of all of that, Mia has been very disparaging about Gordon. Oh, he's a predator. He is broke. He's crazy. He's abusive. These are wild claims to be making, particularly about the father of your children who lives in the same building with you, who basically still cohabitates with you because on camera in front of your kids, you're complaining about him coming over for coffee and how you and Ink did his clothes and laundry and Ink was folding his underwear, like very weird codependent enmeshment, just weird stuff going on. So I say all of that to say this: you are playing with fire, Mia. You are being set up to be the plot of a Lifetime movie. I don't want this to be, but Gordon to me seems like a man who is on the edge. He's already come out and said he's bipolar. This is what he has come out and said. He said he's bipolar, maybe something else. He's come out and talked about his health because he had some health issues going on. He clearly had some drinking stuff going on. He's been very, inebriated and drunk on camera a few times. I'm not saying he has a problem. I'm just saying we've seen him drink to excess. She's talked about abuse, all this other stuff. There is only so far. And I'm not saying this would justify him doing anything. Don't get it twisted. I am not saying if he did something, he would be justified. Hell no, absolutely not. No. But what I am saying is that you need to be careful playing with people. You can only push a person so far. A person, yes, but in this situation, you can only push a man so far. You are on camera in front of his children and in front of the world, calling him abusive, calling him a predator, talking about his sexual performance or lack thereof. You are now questioning the paternity of his child. You are now emasculating him with having a whole nother man, basically trying to replace him and laughing at him. You can only push someone so far. And we've seen, people snap for less. And to me, it seems like a very toxic environment that is brewing for something to pop off the next Lifetime movie. Like, she was taken by her husband and her ex, and like I don't know, like, you know, two unalives and another unalive in the night. I don't know, but I would not be so. This is just you're putting gasoline on an already burning fire. Then you have Ink in the situation, who is basically coming in and on pissing on Gordon's territory. I want a paternity test about this guy. I'm having sex with your wife in your house. Your children know that I'm having sex with her. Your children are reporting back to you that I'm having sex with her. Now the entire world knows this. You can only push a person so far before they snap. And when you continuously berate someone, disrespect someone, dismiss someone, emasculate someone, belittle someone, embarrass and humiliate someone who you already know is struggling with their mental health, that you're waiting for something to pop all the way off. All the way off. It's just, to me, I'm looking at the situation like, Mia, you in danger, girl. You in danger. People pop off for a lot less. For a lot less. And I'm sorry, Mia, but you're being hella disrespectful to Gordon. You really are. And your children are going to see this. Karen's right. Your children are going to see this. You brought a whole man into the house. You have the right to move on. You have the right to live your life. You don't have to stay with someone if you're not in love or whatever the case may be. But you do it in a way with dignity and respect to all parties. This, to me, it's just waiting to happen. And the fact that you're calling Ink your savior, again, goes to your level of delusion, because Ink is the epitome of a man making a damn clown fool out of a woman. Because Mia, you look like a damn clown fool. Number one, Ink doesn't really want you, because if he wanted you, he would have been had you. But he didn't want you. He wanted to play with you, and he wanted to use you. And when he was done playing and using you, and you went off to Gordon or the other men or whatever you were doing, he was trying to kick it with Jacqueline, your BFF girl. And Jacqueline, with her dodo brains, like, he wanted to meet up with me, but I said no, because I didn't want no parts of that. You do realize this is your so-called best friend, and now you're saying to the entire world that the man she is now with wanted to have sex with you and sleep with you. That's hella disrespectful. But again, this is Ink. I'm not surprised. And again, this is all my opinion based on what they're telling us. He doesn't want you. He wanted to play with you. He wanted to have sex with you. He wanted fun with you and to use you, but he didn't want you. If he wanted you, he would have been had you. You would have never been in the position where you were dancing at the club and doing whatever you were doing at the club and to meet Gordon if Ink actually had any love and respect for you. And this is no disrespect to dancers or sex workers or anything like that. I think if that's your chosen profession, that is fine, as long as you are safe and it is consensual. Do what you want to do. So no disrespect to people who choose that profession at all. I'm just saying, in this situation, if he really cared about you, you wouldn't have been out there dipping it and doing it for some dollar bills. Let's just put it that way. Okay, sweetheart? Also, he had, however long you and Gordon were together, 11 plus years, because I think Jeremiah is 8. That's your oldest. And then you were with him a couple years. So you guys have been together about 11, 12 years. So he's had over a decade to turn back around and come get you, but he didn't. He only came back when you were on television, when you had a little bit of money, when you had a little bit of fame, which is what he wants. He wants your money and he wants your fame. He wants to suck the life out of you and take your place. He doesn't really want you. Also, if he really thought Jeremiah, who is now all of 8 or 9 years old, again, he's had almost a decade, if this man actually thought this boy was his, why did it take until the cameras were rolling for him to say, I want a paternity test? Because he doesn't really care about being a father to Jeremiah. He's probably thinking, I could probably get some child support. If Jeremiah turns out to be mine, I could probably get some child support, because he's not going to stay with you. Once you're off the show, once the cameras are down, he's going to leave you. because he only came back to you when the cameras were up and you had a little bit of clout. This DJ or whatever the hell he's calling himself, and he's playing in your face and he's making you look like a freaking clown. Not physically, but by the way you're moving like a clown. You are being so disrespectful to Gordon. And I really like Gordon. Do I believe Mia and all her claims against him? I don't. And I'm a person who I am like believe victims, believe women all day, every single day. But I'm also not stupid. I think her claims of abuse and grooming, because she's like, oh, when I was 19, he was doing all like, how did you even know Gordon when you were 19? If you met Gordon when you're 19 and you guys were together, you would be your early 30s. Mia, don't play in our faces. You're not your early 30s, sweetheart. If you saying you met Gordon when you were 19, you guys have been together for 11 years, that puts you at like what? 30, 31, 32, girl, stop playing. Stop playing in our faces. You're not early 30s. Knock it off, sweetheart. Because remember, she didn't know what her age was, which doesn't matter, but knock it off. So all these convenient allegations against Gordon, do I think there was probably verbal abuse in mental manipulation in the marriage? Yes. But do I think it's to the level of like abuse with the big A? In my opinion, no. I think they both were probably going at it and being mean and low blows and being emotionally and verbally abusive to each other. I think they probably both were going. I don't think that justifies it. I'm not saying it's okay. No, not at all. But do I think it's something that is so abnormal where I would be like, Gordon is a predator and he's abusive? No, I don't think that's true. And again, that's just my opinion on the situation. That's just I wasn't with them. I wasn't behind the closed doors. I'm just going off of how I see her moving. So Mia, you in danger, girl. And calling any person your savior is whack, boring. You look like a clown. You look like a fool. I don't know whatever you think you're doing, you're not doing it. That's not it. To me, you are a Lifetime movie waiting to happen. Like the day he snapped, or, something like that. Just because I'm sorry, but like, you can only push someone so far with what you're doing. And you are really getting at him at all the core pillars of a man. He's broke. He ain't got no money. He can't, he's sick and he can't have sex anymore. His son isn't his son. Paternity, right? Ink is my savior now. He's now my protector, provider. You are literally assassinating this man on every single pillar of, quote, manhood, and you expect nothing to happen? Girl, you in danger. 1 second. Mia's ghost is trying to come and get me. So just be careful, Mia, playing with this man. You might just bite off more than you can chew. So let me know what you guys think. Be sure to put it down below. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is just about Karen's